Well, welcome in to Studio B and to your 10-minute quick stretch break, which today I am calling precious and alive. And these are words that feel really important right now, and kind of holding them gently in the palm of my hand. This idea of preciousness and just being alive, even when it's tough. So we're going to spend a few minutes getting into the body. We'll reconnect with the breath, and then we'll have some moments at the end to just rest. So let's come into a seat, nice and comfortable. You can see both of my feet are flat on the ground, so if you could have the feet on a firm surface, that would be great. And then just a little bit of an alert quality in the spine. It doesn't need to be rigid or stiff, just a nice tall spine. Finding a nice resting place for the hands, whatever that looks like for you, maybe the lap or the knees. And then we're going to bring the awareness up into the neck. We're going to start to make some half circles. So let's begin by just dropping the chin towards the chest. And then we'll just roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then drop the chin back to the chest and go the other direction, left ear to the left shoulder. And just continue to glide back and forth at your own pace here in this sort of crescent moon. You could think of it as a crescent moon. You could think of it as a smiley face. You could think of it as a rainbow. Any shape that feels appealing to you right now as you just sweep the head from side to side. And just the preciousness of being able to have a body that's able to do exactly what we're doing right now. Not everyone has access to this kind of movement. And the next time the chin is to the chest, pause there, and it might be enough to just let the full weight of the head drop towards the chest. If you wanted to amplify that a bit, you could just gently interlace the hands behind the head. You're not pushing, but you just let the weight of the arms gently drape themselves onto the back of the head, encouraging that stretch. Our neck works so hard for us, holding up the head all day long. So just giving it a few breaths of loving attention. And then you can let the arms fall away if you brought those up. And we're going to move in the other direction. So lifting the chin through center and all the way up, kind of at that place where the wall and the ceiling meet. So we're not lifting it too high. We don't want to crunch the back of the neck. There's just this sense of opening the front of the throat. And then holding the head there, you might open and close the mouth a few times, feeling a stretch through the jaw, through all those muscles down the esophagus, the front of the throat, into the top of the chest. And then letting the head float back up to center, and pause for just a moment, just maybe noticing how the neck and the head are responding to the pure simplicity of that movement. And then if you close the eyes, let's open them. We're going to bring the awareness to the shoulders and the arms, taking them nice and wide. So you can think of yourself like a bird with a broad wingspan, and imagine there's two doorknobs out where your hands are, and start to twist those imaginary doorknobs from side to side. And letting the whole arm, so it's not just the wrist and the hands, but the whole arm is really rotating with those imaginary doorknobs. And then now start to take the arms up. We're still twisting, but we're just letting the arms kind of float up. And you'll notice the movement changes a little bit. There's some areas where the movement comes a little bit more restrictive, and others where you feel it a little bit more open, and then float back down. And we're going to take it all the way to the floor. So you'll keep floating. And for me, I actually can feel how the blood now is moving back down towards my hands. There's a little tingling that happens. We'll do that one more time, all the way up. We don't need to rush it. Really nice for just encouraging blood flow all through the lymph nodes that run through the armpits. Helps to kind of give a little boost to the immune system here, keeping things flowing. And then as the arms reach down towards the ceiling, you can stop that twisting and maybe just sort of shake the arms a few times, letting out any of that tension. And then you could stay seated if the energy is really low today. If you're interested in standing, we're going to stand up and just spend a little bit of time in the legs. I'm turning sideways so you can see me. You don't necessarily have to do that. We're going to take the left leg back behind us, just about maybe 1.5 feet or so. And then like you're pumping like a brake or something, you just drop the heel and lift the heel. And drop and lift. And you'll get a little bit of a stretch through the calf. Sometimes the ankle will kind of get a little snap, crackle, pop in there. And then the next time the heel comes flat to the floor, just pause there so you're standing firmly on 2 feet. We're going to sweep the right arm up towards the ceiling and then let it come behind us in just a really gentle twist in the upper body here. And just tuning in to the fact that however the body feels today, whatever state the mind is in, we're here and we're alive, and that in and of itself is worthy of celebration. And then we'll sweep that right arm back up to the ceiling, bring it back to the back of the chair, step your left foot forward, and we'll do some heel toe rocks. So coming high up onto the balls of the feet and then rocking back to the heels. You can kind of let the seat go back. We'll just do that a few times, back and forth. And then a little moment of balance. The next time you come up to the balls of the feet, you might just bring one hand to the belly or the chest, and then maybe just test the balance. See if it's there for you. Just noticing how much the legs are recalibrating to kind of keep you here. And then one hand at a time comes down. And we'll step the right foot back about 1.5 feet or so. And start again that lowering and lifting. Sometimes I just pause to think about the miracle of, I look at the surface area of my feet, and then I look at my body, and I'm like, it's a miracle that I stand on this tiny little surface area every day, totally balanced. Like, that's amazing. Next time the right heel is down, let's pause here. And just notice how firm and strong you feel just standing on the soles of your feet. And then we'll sweep the left arm up, getting nice and long through the left side body, and then open it around. You could close the eyes if that feels more relaxing or easeful. Or maybe there's a beautiful view or something in your home that you're looking at for a breath or two, just taking that in, noticing that preciousness that's right there. And then sweep the left arm back up to the ceiling. Step yourself forward, no balance this time. We're going to come back to our chair to sit down. And then I'm going to suggest that we stay a little bit alert for our meditation and centering. But if the body's feeling like, oh, I just need to rest, then know that you always have the option to kind of soften and snuggle in. And then we're going to do a hugging meditation. So we're going to take the arms and give yourself a gentle hug here. So it doesn't have to be super tight. We still want the body to feel like it has the space to breathe fully. But there is a sincere intention behind the wrapping of the arms. And then maybe just soften the eyes. Just dropping into this sensation of hugging. And as you inhale, you could silently say to yourself, I'm holding something precious. And as you exhale, I am alive. Inhaling, I am holding something precious. And exhaling, I am alive. Just recognizing that the nature of being alive in and of itself is something precious. And you don't have to do anything to earn that preciousness. Just you being you is precious. Let yourself soak in just a couple more breaths, hugging yourself, giving yourself that love that you need. And then you can gently let the arms just float their way back down to the lap. And you might just observe how the body sort of expands and blooms into that space that's left behind after you finish that hug. And then as you're ready, you can begin to welcome yourself back into your external surroundings, hopefully keeping this reminder that you are precious just by the nature of being alive with you for the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed.